Getting at House of Dunes. This is going to be basically a rant. So, as we all know, this country, this government, I mean, it's not this country, it's the government and the senators and the bankers and, the usual people that always don't care much about the people, the only working class people, the people who work their asses off to make ends meet. The people sitting in Dowlow, the people sitting in Shannon, and the people sitting, in offices and, all across the country, people sitting in offices in the government. They couldn't care less. It's just that they get their paycheck after that, they couldn't care less. And you can see this with the money being spent on this, that, like they're spending money on things that, are non-essential. Like the road, for example, the Dublin Road Mayor, not HHU, the one that's in the moment, before that, they spent 14,000 on pens and pencils. 14,000. 14,000. I repeat that again. 14,000 on pens and pencils. Like, when do we say enough's enough? Seriously. Like last year was a printer. They bought a printer of 1.5 million euro. They knocked down about 6 walls to get it in, and then they didn't use it in the Oireachtas. They just left it there. They didn't use it. They bought it and then didn't use it. Isn't that just great? It's a great country. It's a great country. We could just afford to just throw money everywhere. And this is the thing. And I want to ask me whole, Martin, a serious question. Me whole. I hope you're watching me whole. A serious question that I'm just thinking about. Why? Just simply why? Do you not care, or do you not be bothered to care? Because again, there's so many things. Like, for example, take that 1.5 million euro. That could have went towards a lot of good things. I'm sure people would agree. Went towards hospital beds, more reducing the waiting lists in hospital, more nurses, more doctors, more Gardaí. Open a few guards barracks, few post offices, keeping them open. Again, it could have done magnificent work for communities, for a few communities in this country. It could have done great work. It could have been done to help do up a town's footpath. A little garden area. Community projects. But no, they say Puerto. Let's buy a Puerto that we're not even going to use. We just knocked on a few walls. We're just going to lay for that. We couldn't care less after that. Where's the logic? Where is the caring for people? Because again, they cut the COVID unemployment payment again, and then they we hire special advisors. We give them 100,000 a year. It's a great country. It's a great country. We're not going to take a paycheck. We're not going to take a pay cut. Me whole Martin and the TDs and the rest of them going to get the big salary this year. Not even 1 cent's going to be taken out of it. You and I, we're going to be taxed to the living hell. When you see the property taxes in Cavan have gone up, obviously because Cavan County Council have lost a lot of money, and I might just say straight, I'm not going to lie to people. We've lost a ridiculous sum of money in parking money and in rent money and everything. And we lost so much. We lost nearly 9 million, nearly 10 million euro. And we just we have to balance the budget some way. So that's, I understand that. But at the end of the day, again, I would say, why is the county councillors, and I said this already, why is county councillors that are on decent enough pay, that are on, I don't know how much of this a year for a county councillor, but it's decent enough. It's not that bad. It's better than you and I's paycheck. Again, why, and people in the Joe Wiley, people like that in Cavan, who in Shannon Ewan, why are they not taking pay cuts? Why are they not giving pay cuts? Paying their way into Cavan, paying Cavan County Council, giving back some of that money to give back the council's budget, to get back the council's budget of deficit. Again, it never was asked of them. Nobody said, oh, we should ask them. And then they're like, oh, we put up the property tax. But again, they could have just said to the county councillors, you know what, we all take a pay cut. We all take about 50% pay cut, 60%, maybe 70%, to show the people of Cavan that we're willing to put our money where our mouth is. And again, they say no. I don't even know that I'll even come up, but again, I don't think they care. I don't think they care, to be honest. I couldn't see them caring. I know some of them are very devoted. But again, I don't think anybody asked. And I don't think anybody said to them, maybe that's a good idea. But I say to them, it's a good idea. To show, show solidarity with the people that have lost their jobs, people who have lost their income. Show solidarity. Show some kind of solidarity. Because we have seen in New Zealand, the whole cabinet in New Zealand, the whole New Zealand government has to take a big pay cut. Along with the Prime Minister. And that just shows that they're willing to put themselves on the same level as the people. And not beat up in the high castle and say, look at us, we're in a high castle. But I hope maybe they might change their mind. But just to say, it's ridiculous. It's just like, Like some of the expenses in this country, like OTE for example, is spending the $500,000 on trying to figure out how what people think of them. Like what kind of logic do they have in this country? Like it's just no logic. Like honest to God. And then they complain. Then they wonder where the money is. Simple as that. Like I like you're told they don't have the resources to run this. They don't like it's same for Castle McCross. They have the facility up there. There's not enough money for staff, and then they can turn around and buy off. They can go and have a golf game. They get big salaries and big pensions. Like they spend ridiculous. So last year they spent 30 million on pensions and everything for TDs and senators who've retired. Like my Jesus, like I could go on, and then they spent 3.2 million on senators that didn't travel anywhere but still have got travel expenses. Like where like when's enough is enough? Like honest to God, when is enough is enough? Because it's just like, oh, I honestly don't know. I might just tell you straight. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't say it enough. I just don't actually have a clue what to think about it. I honestly don't have a clue. It's just. Like on like no. Like you couldn't, like I honestly, if I sat here for 5 or 6 hours and tried to make something up, I couldn't make it. Like this country's clown world. This government's clown world. Like clown, absolute clown. It's a circus. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just the stupidity of even thinking about all this money going to waste. That could be going towards better resources. Like for example, this is one thing that's something that I will talk about soon, but at the moment in time it's not appropriate to talk about because I just honestly I'll start crying if I talk about it. And it's to do with suicides in Cavan that have gone up a lot. And the resources are not there. The simple stuff for mental health services in Cavan and Monaghan. And they should be there. As he looked up Cavan County Council, Sarah Wiley has said, it should be there. Should be there. Should be there. You shouldn't have to ask for it. Should be there. And when the senators and TDs ask for cows and big state pensions, that it's there for them. It's there for them. Don't worry about that. They don't have to ask. It's there. It's right in their bank account. Don't worry about that. But when somebody's desperate and on the edge of their life, the money's not there. The money's not there to help them. Simple as that. They pay their tax all their life. The money's not there to help them. It's just this is the country we live in, and it's simple as that. It's just the country we live in. They care more about the politicians. They care more about the upper class than they do about the Irish people. Oh. I have a headache. I honestly have enough. My head is gone mad.